The NHL announced their Norris Trophy finalist as the top defenseman in the league this year. Leading the candidates is Victor Hedman, one of the top blue liners in the league. He last won the trophy 3 years ago. Also, Cale Makar of the Avalanche. And Adam Fox of the New York Rangers is the third finalist. Of course, here in Edmonton, we have Darnell Nurse, and he was the top scorer among all defensemen in the NHL this year. What's your reaction to Darnell Nurse's name not being among the finalists this year?
Well, I think it's an odd year for anybody voting. All the writers who vote and the other media people, they tend to be watching their own division. I covered the Edmonton Oilers and watched the North Division and did not see a whole lot of games in other divisions unless I had some time on my hands to watch Colorado play or Tampa play or the Rangers play. I wasn't watching those games. So Darnell Nurse, he better finish fourth. That's all I've got to say in the voting in terms of he's a number one defenseman all day long in this league now. He had the most even strength goals for a defenseman, 15. He was fourth in ice time, 25-38 in the entire league. Way more points on defense even strength than most defensemen. So it wasn't like he was feeding off his, getting a bunch of points on the power play. And plus 27. And plus 27, I know the analytics crowd thinks plus minus is nonsense today, and in a lot of cases it is. But when you're plus 27, you're on the ice still a heck of a lot more often than not. And in Nurse's case, he's always playing against the other team's better players. So plus 27 certainly ranks up for me. I had Hedman and Makar on my ballot as well. I had a Nurse ahead of Fox. So Fox is a really good offensive defenseman in New York, really good at what he does. I'm not so sure he's as well-rounded a player as Darnell Nurse is, but that's just me. I think, in terms of Cale Makar, I think he's going to win several Norris trophies. This isn't the first time he's going to be a finalist. And I don't think Hedman had quite as good a year this year as he has in the past, but he still can play in the power play, can penalty kill, get even strength points. There's a big, huge body like a Chris Pronger. So I have him on my ballot of top three just about every year.
So do you think if Darnell Nurse was, say, playing in New York for the Rangers and Adam Fox was playing at Edmonton for the Oilers, do you think Darnell Nurse would be a finalist?
Yes. Everybody in Edmonton gets overwhelmed by Connor McDavid. There's a segment of people that don't think Leon Draisaitl doesn't get the props he should because he plays either on a line with Connor McDavid or at center. And in Darnell Nurse's case, he plays on the same team as McDavid. And a lot of people say, you're on the same team as McDavid. That's why you get all your points. And I don't think they're looking at it too closely. So in answer to your question, yes, if they switch teams, I would suspect that Darnell might be in the top three. Well, I know one thing. Darnell Nurse's season is good for Darnell, good for the Oilers, not good for the general manager, who has to sign him after this upcoming season, or hopefully maybe even this summer, because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent next year. And 8 years, $7.5 million a year, maybe that might have to be it. He is a cornerstone player, and he wants to win a Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers. This is his team, and after McDavid and Draisaitl, he's the third most important player on the team.